Hello, I'm called Tim, and it's around noon, so this is my live hangout. Um, I'm a little early actually today, and that's good because I'm usually late, and I don't want you all thinking I only function on colored people time. So I can be on time for things, and I'm usually early for things. Um, Today, I want to talk about this whole Obama swapping his hostage for 5 Taliban hostages in Guantanamo Bay. And first of all, when you're dealing with these types of things, what you must understand is whenever you see radical groups, Taliban, um, Al Qaeda, any kind of rebel group in the East, in Africa, in the Middle East, and they're going through villages and they're shooting them up or they're shooting at our soldiers, all those guns come from the West. All those bullets come from the West. It's very rare that these countries produce guns or produce bullets. A lot of these weapons come from the United States. So there is no them against us. There's us playing both sides. The American elite or the global elite, the wealthy elite, arming their side, and the taxpayers through the global elite, giving you jobs and things, funding the U.S. military. So we're funding both sides. A lot of times the military will be shorthanded, whereas they'll fund the other side even more. But sometimes, like in Africa, these guns and these weapons, they jam up, they're bad. So when you look at Taliban United States, don't look at it as a them against us. Take some space from it, look at it cold. They're arming one side, they're arming another. So when you say he swapped a hostage, he didn't really swap a hostage. Because there is no swapping when you're dealing with yourself. That's just the right hand going to the left hand. Now this guy, they say was a deserter. But we don't know if he was a deserter. We don't know what he was. We don't know if he was an agent. He could have been the go-through to get the Taliban their guns. That could have been his role. And we don't even know if he was a prisoner. They're saying they treated him well. He could be an operative for us, a go-between for us and them. Because really remember, there is no us and them between the Americans and the Taliban. I know this because I come from a community where gangsters were shooting each other for corners to sell drugs or for spots to sell drugs. We never produced a gun in the community. We never produced a bullet. We didn't even have a gun store in the community. We didn't even have a place to buy the guns in the community. Everything was from outside. So I know that it's one hand playing against the other hand. Now they're distracting you with saying, oh, he swapped these hostages and he shouldn't have, and what's this guy doing, and it's them against us. That's the game they play for you all. But you have to shift your mind to stop thinking that way. They do this very locally. They do this with race. They do this with gender. They do this with every single concept or aspect they can. They find the difference and they exploit the difference. They make you think that the difference is negative instead of you pushing to say a difference is positive. Because differences can be positive. If you're different than me, you can do something that I can't do. We can use both talents, mine and yours together, and we can create something. But if we don't look at it that way, elite will come in and exploit that difference. And that's what's being done between the Taliban and Al Qaeda, Taliban, Al Qaeda, and the United States military, and so on and so forth. We also know this because I remember this was some years ago. They had a young white soldier on, and he's a young American soldier, a young soldier for the United States, saying, Every time we clear a village and we find weapons, I think this kid was in Iraq. He was a child. He was a kid, a child, 17, 18 years old, maybe 19. So every time we clear a village and we find weapons, the box or the crate says USA on it. He said, I just don't understand that. Well, the thing he didn't understand is that the United States is playing both sides. And the reason they aired this, because remember, the elite own the media, the mainstream media. And the reason they aired this is to show you and tell you, this is what we're doing. We're playing both sides. Now, once they tell you, if you still join up for the military, if you still join up and sign up with the Taliban, then you're putting your life in their hands. Because they're telling you, you could be killed, but we don't care because we're not going to suffer either way. Now, if you want to join that or put your body on the line for that, then that's your problem. And in that way, they're justified in playing both sides. This is the game they play. A lot of people think, oh, how could you do something heinous? And if you treat me in an unjust way, or you treat me in an unfair way, or in a heinous way or a bad way, you're wrong. But people are not wrong when they treat you bad. If they tell you they're going to treat you bad, and you don't stave off that treatment, you don't push that treatment back or move out of the way of that, whatever it is coming. Okay, and this is what people have to really understand, especially in my community. You have to really understand. If they tell you, we're going to do something to your community, and we're going to treat you in an unjust way, and you don't prepare for it, when they do it, you can't complain afterward. They warned you. Okay, and all you soldiers out there, they warned you. Guns are going to everyone. And the people who benefit, the gun sellers and the global elite, the business elite, the oil companies, even the jewelers, even the fashion industry. Because where do you think these rebel groups spend their money? They spend their money buying guns, right? Whatever money they get. If they take over an oil well and you come in and exploit it, and you give them a little money, they can spend it. They shop in Paris. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Every African leader is shopping in Paris, in France. He has gold mines and diamond mines right there, and he's shopping in Paris and in France. But this is another game that they play. So the Obama hostage swap is a game. There is no swap. Okay. This guy was over there doing something for us, because if he's doing something for the Taliban, he's doing something for us indirectly anyway. He's a go-between, and that's why he's not being tried. He's not being tried for desertion or anything else. And even if they do try him, he'll probably go somewhere. They'll try him. It'll be a kangaroo court, and he'll disappear. You'll never know. You'll never see him in a prison. That's the way these things work. There was a and all this is interrelated. I know, like, I'm scattering all over the place, but just showing you how the elite function. There was a guy in the military who stabbed a cab driver, right, in New York City. And you can tell when they showed him in court that this guy was out of it. It was almost as if he woke up and was wondering, what am I doing in court? Which we know there's some mind control going on in the military. Okay, what am I doing in court? What happened? He just had this blank stare. And I remember hearing on the radio a few days after that, somebody came and took him out of Rikers Island late at night. And this was on NPR, and they asked Ray Kelly. Ray Kelly was a police commissioner at the time. Did you know that they were coming to do? And they never said who they were, by the way. Did you know that they were coming to pick him up? Ray Kelly said, no. They just called me from Rikers and told me that they were taking him. And that was the end of the conversation. They never said who they were, and we never saw that guy again. That guy spent no jail time, right? And if they tried this soldier that they swapped for because of the outrage from you all, he won't see jail time because he was doing something for Obama and the military. Because there's no way that if he had really walked away from his truth and got caught and been treated this well by Taliban, that they would treat him this well. Look what they're doing to Snowden for releasing information. Do you really think they would let this soldier get off? So that's how it works in this country. That's how the military works. And if any one of my viewers or anyone in the chat room wants to speak now, or forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice. Until next time, if I'm so fortunate to be here, please take care of yourselves.